My name is Willie, and I'm joined by my friends and co-hosts Alex.
Hey.
Sean.
Hello.
And Jesse.
And Jesse.
He's gone.
Oh.
And Jesse. Jesse
Hello.
couldn't make it tonight.
There we go.
He suffered a hemorrhage.
Can you, hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah. Okay.
You're good. All right,
Hello!
so we spent so much time trying to figure this out, I don't know where to start.
What?
Oh, yes.
How are you guys streams doing in 2020? Would you say? How was your piss stream?
My stream's doing pretty good. I got like 15 followers, and
Boo.
no.
Fuck off.
No, I peed earlier. It just, oh my god, it smelled so bad.
Did
Why?
you eat asparagus?
Whoa, what?
I don't know.
Did you eat honey smacks?
I think I just held it in for too long.
Hold on. Dude,
Honey Smacks?
Yeah, the cereal. Honey smacks.
Yeah, no, I get it. I know what a
Did
honey
you
smack
have
is.
them? It makes your pee smell like honey
Does it
smacks.
really?
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
That
Never ate honey smacks.
so I've never even heard of honey snacks.
How is that like?
They don't have them in Texas.
It's the one with the frog.
It's not.
They don't
It's
have
not
anything
FDA
down in Texas,
approved
man.
in Texas.
It's not y'all
Federal.
approved.
It's not federally approved in Texas.
Well,
You're only allowed to have cow products. Okay? It's brisket cereal.
Brisket cereal.
So
Did you
hold
send it?
on. So I put a picture of honey smack. Let's expand upon this a little bit. What does it make your pee smell bad?
It smells like honey smacks.
I think that's all we're gonna
dude.
get.
Put that on the box. Holy
That should
shit.
piss me off.
That sounds like better than normal, if anything.
Dude, if I knew that, I would have honestly, I would have bought. I would have asked my parents for that as a kid.
I typed
Yeah, it
Did you
makes
ask
your
for
pee smell.
asparagus? Did you ask for asparagus as a kid?
No, I don't eat vegetables.
You think this frog
But it makes your
mascot's
pee
gonna
smell like
do it just
asparagus,
because it
and you
makes
never
your
asked
piss
your
smell
parents
good?
for that? Is that why you're redhead? Alex,
Yeah.
did you eat
No,
asparagus
I don't
as
want
a
it
kid?
to smell like asparagus. I want it
I
to
did
smell like
not.
Honey Smacks.
Sean, did you eat asparagus as a kid?
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, well, I did not, and I'm not redheaded, so my philosophy
Asparagus is fucking great. You know,
I love asparagus
You
now.
deal with the aftermath in the bathroom. It's not that bad. Whatever.
I
And then you get
make
to let
enough
everyone else
asparagus.
know in the room that you're
You're healthy.
an enjoyer of asparagus.
Yes.
If you can get through honey smacks, you can get through asparagus.
You heard it here first.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Me go ahead?
No. Ladies
Yes.
first.
So I was, I was going to talk about. I had a lot of topics that went into each other.
Nice, dude.
So the first one actually
That's hot.
that I want to throw at you guys, because I don't know if any of you.
What were those
reading about it.
topics wearing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm interrupting.
Former Israeli space chief says aliens exist and Trump knows about it.
God, I hope this is true, dude. I want
I hope
this
it's
to be
true, too.
true so bad.
The U.S. is allegedly in contact with a galactic federation of aliens.
My ass.
I love this conspiracy.
No, I love this
man.
conspiracy. I'm all for
Yeah,
it. This isn't the first time this has been said.
Like back in the 40s when all the Roswell shit and whatever happened, they supposedly signed an agreement with these, aliens that they could experiment on humans and that we would keep them secret from society in exchange for a little bit of like extra technology. And this is right at the start of the whole space boom and everything. I love it so much. I
Yeah,
hope it's
no,
true. And I hope it's like Star Trek aliens where they're just like big-titted blonde women with green skin. You know what I mean?
Which
you mean
which
Mass
Star
Effect?
Trek are we talking about here?
The original one.
Fuck it. Is there big titties in the original Star Trek? I only remember.
Of course there is, dude.
Have you seen William Shatner?
That's what I was gonna say. Is I've only seen Will Shatner.
Intergalactic Space Boy.
I'm raising my hand.
Fucking
I'm raising
player.
my hand.
Yes,
You're
go ahead.
raising your hand.
So is it Klingon a language or the species?
Real quick, I always thought a Klingon was a sex toy when I was a kid because I knew nothing about Star Trek.
I mean,
So I heard Klingon, I'm like, oh god.
It might be now.
You did too?
Yep.
I felt so stupid.
Wait, I thought that was just
Like,
like a clingy
how
girlfriend
did you get that
Klingon's a
or
language.
partner. Not doesn't have to be
Those
Kling-
both,
sex.
isn't it?
Klingon's a language though in Star Trek. I think it's a
Okay.
race too, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big Star Trek person.
So the alpaca farm I used to work on, they went to college with. I used to work on an alpaca farm. Yes,
planting a seed.
We'll come back to that.
That's actually.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Let's come back to that. 'Cause you have a good story.
the people that own the farm, the one guy went to school with Meryl Streep, and went to college with somebody that was on the original Star Trek that was in whatever's affiliated with Klingon, like the red skin species alien. I don't know, but I could look up his name, not right now because it's late.
I know what you're talking about.
I think we did one
Worf.
time. I think
We did.
Yeah.
Was it Worf?
Maybe.
I think it was. I think
Yes.
because
Gotta be
Jesse was
Worf.
telling me about that. That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
We looked it up and
I met
stuff.
that guy. I met him. He
That's
was
cool.
over having lunch in Athens.
He was.
Could we
Yeah,
get him on the
met him.
podcast?
I mean,
None of us know
maybe.
anything about Star Trek. Have this guy on.
Be a terrible fucking.
That would actually be kind of
I've
cool.
never seen Star Trek, but
What's the point of Star
We
Trek?
could, we could ask him to like give a brief synopsis of Star Trek.
I
So
don't
he
know.
was on like, is that Next Generation or is that
Yes.
original?
That's Next Generation, I believe.
He was on original. He's old.
Oh, okay.
They're from the the wife went to Woodstock. The original Woodstock.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean,
Back
Patrick
then.
Stewart's also old. You know, I don't
That's
fucking
true.
know. Who knows? Anyway, what were you saying?
No, like I just had like lunch with him, brunch with
What
him
if-
one day.
Jesse
hanging
had,
out. It was cool.
Jesse had
Might
brunch
be able
with-
to get him on here.
See,
Just-
this entire story just about name dropping.
I don't know his name. And
Jesse,
guy.
Jesse had lunch with Leonard Nimoy. He's like, I don't know his name. That is cool,
I
though. That
really
is a
don't
cool
remember
story.
his name. I just remember the alpaca's names.
I don't think I have any.
Turbo.
Who is this Israeli guy? Like, what is this? What is this?
Oh,
creds? You know what I
he's
mean?
so he was a former like I don't know if it's like their equivalent to NASA or what, but it's like the Israeli government's like space division. He was the head chief of it, and he recently retired. And he said that like
He's
if
got
he had
nothing to
come out and
lose
said this
anymore.
like 5
He
years
can
ago.
spit the truth now.
Yeah, he's like if he had said it 5 years ago, people wouldn't have believed it. But he said people are more likely, like in the current state of things, which I think's true.
Dude,
Would be more accepting
I'm
of it.
so ready to believe this. I love alien stories.
Yeah,
think-
part of the thing was that there was an agreement between the humans and aliens to have a like base inside Mars, underground or something, or that they do have one.
Isn't that just a Futurama episode?
I think so.
I think.
Yeah, it's like Amy's parents own that or something.
I think.
Well, so wait, implying that humans have already been to Mars and we're just like
Yeah,
lying about
I
it.
think I don't know if it was like in the future and that's why they're doing all these Mars missions, or if it's like it's already happened and that's why they're doing all these Mars missions to like I don't know. But like I mean, think about it. So, what was it Voyager, the one that had the
Interstellar.
teacher on it and like it exploded before it
Columbia?
took off?
I think.
no.
whatever-
Voyager's the one of the
exploded?
probes.
No,
That was the
Voyager's-
one-
Oh, Voyager. Yeah, Voyager's one of the probes.
I think
Oh
you're
well,
thinking
whatever
of
the one that exploded.
Columbia.
Columbia or what, there's two that
No,
exploded. What's the second
I'm thinking the
one?
one with the teacher on it. That
Oh,
was,
that was-
back in like the 80s, I think.
Yeah. That's
So-
not Columbia.
Challenger.
What if-
Challenger.
There it is.
Challenger,
Yeah.
yes. What if they
we're
all?
Zoomers.
What if they all actually got recruited, and
Uh-huh.
that was staged?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just deployed because they weren't going to come back.
You mean
Yeah.
just like the
Oh,
moon
man.
landing?
Well, think about all the people that have gone. Like,
Uh-huh.
there's been a lot of astronauts that have gone, not just in the U.S., but I mean
What
a
about
lot.
the space station?
You know, 5 is a lot of astronauts that go missing out of all the astronauts that have gone to space.
Wait, so that's the
But-
conspiracy theory that's brewing?
That's
It's-
my conspiracy theory. That's
That's a
not
hell
part
of a
this.
conspiracy theory.
So
No, but
Quite
my
interesting theory.
conspiracy. Oh, go on, Jesse.
I was gonna say like so the space station as a ploy, like they're like, oh, we can't keep having all these astronauts disappear. Like we have to
Oh.
have somebody make it into space.
That's
right?
hilarious.
Yeah.
So you know what? There is this little space
We'll just
station.
put up this dumb little thing like 100 miles or whatever up on
Yeah,
the top
yeah.
of the, you
Well,
know, just so
and all
paltry
these
amount.
countries would join in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think that this guy, this retired Israeli guy, is just trying to hop in on that sweet QAnon Bitcoin money, where like he
does have a book coming out.
He has a book coming out.
That should be noted.
He's already associated himself with Trump.
That means he's legit.
I found that out from somebody else when I started talking about it, though, and I'm glad I did.
Man, why can't Donald Trump do one thing that I fucking like? You know what I mean? Like, on your way out, just be like, oh, by the way, aliens fucking exist and we knew about it.
So this is just like
awesome.
Well, this is just speculation, but like, so apparently he knew about it. He was briefed on it, and he was freaking the fuck out, and was like wanting to tell the American people, but then like the government was like, no, you can't fucking do that because you're gonna freak everybody the fuck out. But my thought is, think about how fucking random and quick Space Force happened. What if that was part of that? It was him being like, I'm fucking scared of these fucking aliens.
No.
And when he was talking about illegal aliens, he wasn't talking about Hispanic people.
Is that?
Dude, he wouldn't be scared of aliens.
Did that actually get set up? I remember him talking about that. Is that like already a thing?
Yeah, it's a.
Could I go join the Space Force right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit!
It's basically just like another part of their Air Force.
How long does it usually take to get any information about the military's current projects? Usually takes a long time, right?
Uh-huh.
Like they don't just come out and say, "Oh, we're gonna start a space fleet."
Like, well, wait, like what do you?
Or Space Force. I'm just.
I don't
saying,
think they'd tell.
like,
but the thing is, like, even
obviously
if this
they're
was,
not gonna tell you everything about it, but they're also not gonna tell you anything right at the start.
If this was happening, I think it would fuck the whole world's economy, though. Like, I think it would fuck.
Aliens?
Aliens. I mean.
What do you mean?
Like if aliens were real, because it's like, I don't know. I just think it would fuck everything.
Well,
I think everybody would freak the fuck out.
Eggs, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
You gotta eat.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, I don't mean like, I don't know. I don't know where I was going.
Dude, I know for a fact that if aliens,
are you trying to say?
If aliens
are you trying to say most
birthed,
people are chooms?
No, I don't know.
That's a good segue.
I just feel like.
I think if aliens were existed, right? We got the message tomorrow. We got the memo. My boss would still be like, "Hey,
got work to do.
Are you coming in? Make sure you're here. Nothing has changed.
I need
we
you
do
to
not
haven't
change
affect our
the size
economy
of the
yet.
Space 64
I guess,
string.
like,
It's a little ridiculous.
I guess to explain my point, like, I'm saying either people would be very accepting of it, or people would flip the fuck out, and the world would be like chaos.
Are you coming out
like,
as a nihilist right now?
I know I'm coming out as a realist.
A nihilist realist, you would say. That's deep.
So deep, man. Yeah,
No, I don't know.
You
I
and
just
me
think it
would have been
would've-
friends.
I just
Back
think it'd
in
be
middle
one of two
school.
ways.
I'd like to start a new segment on this podcast.
What's that?
Wait. Hold on.
Nihilist or
I think I
realist?
just interrupted the fuck out of Whiskey Willie.
Whiskey.
Whiskey Willie.
No, I'm done. I just wanted to explain my point because I sounded kind of fucking dumb. Just saying the economy.
You know what? I'm
Without
trying to like.
explanation.
I'm trying to
No.
realistically think about what I would do in that situation, and the answer would be reading every news article I could possibly find about it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but it's not like I wouldn't go to work on Monday. You know what I mean?
My life would just go. I'd be like, well, that's odd, and then like
I would
I'd
be
just go to,
addicted to fucking internet news about the
Yeah,
aliens, for sure. I mean, all day.
Personally,
Ooh.
I would be excited. If,
I had an
as long as they
idea.
weren't like invading or some shit. Like, I'd be excited for that.
I have a
But-
conspiracy I just thought of.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Okay. So, if you were an alien and you were trying to declare war on a planet such as Earth and us humans, and you see that we're so easily divided by boundaries, right? So, would you directly attack and then it'd be like humans versus aliens? Or would you implant a virus out of nowhere and then get them to fight
That's
amongst
good.
each
That's
other?
good. Wow.
Something to note on that, Jesse, is that part of this was that the deal was aliens could experiment on humans.
Ooh,
I don't
shit.
think the aliens want this tiny little shit-covered planet. You know?
No, I don't think so.
It's just like a curiosity.
Yeah, according to this guy, they were trying to find the meaning of life, basically, which is 42. We've answered that. We answered that last week.
You ever try to find the meaning of life literally? Like, you literally go out and try to find it? Because that's what it sounds like he's trying to describe. Is the aliens were like, oh, dude, where is it? It's got to be out there somewhere. Let's just drive around.
This one's pretty blue. Blue's an interesting color.
That could be the meaning.
Or maybe it was the origin of life. It was like the meaning or the origin.
That's closer.
Man, I hope the aliens aren't peeking down on my life, because they're not going to find anything fucking meaningful at all, dude.
But
no, they're just going to find me doing the ahe gal face, fucking kissing.
They're going to find me for a year in this dumb little room.
It's just
screaming into a
little
lit rectangle. Yeah.
There was a Canadian, I don't know if he was a space chief or what, but he was some sort of government official that said something similar to this a few years ago, and nobody batted an eye at it.
It does seem...
Did you guys listen to Bob Lazar on Joe Rogan's podcast?
No.
I've
Maybe
heard of
you're not
Lazar,
Joe
the
Rogan's
shitty
a target audience, but this guy was so interesting. Because most people, when they talk about their alien experiences or whatever, they're either a nobody and it's just like, how do I trust this guy? Because, he's just like a welder.
Or it's the lead singer of Blink-182.
Whatever. And they're also like desperate to want you to believe what they're talking about. But Bob Lazar came on there and he just laid out this whole story about him working at Area 51. And he has academic credentials to kind of back up that fact, and there was documents about him being at a university. I forget what it was. I think it was Stanford or something like that. Someone found an original directory in Stanford, said, Bob Lazar, whatever, and that had all been erased. And he said that they were trying to discredit him by saying, he didn't go to Stanford, he didn't work at this rocket lab, he never was at Area 51. And if you look now at modern stuff, he's been removed from all of that. But they found some documents from the 80s. It's like, his name's right fucking there. Anyways, he just has this story about working at Area 51 and seeing alien spacecraft, and it was part of his job to figure out how their anti-gravity system or force field system on this craft, something like that, worked. And he's so level-headed about describing all of it that it's the most credible thing I've ever heard, because most people are almost hysterical when they try to make you believe these things, and they put in a lot of details, like, this little fucking green alien man stuck his pinky up my butt, and that sort of thing.
Baby Yoda.
It's not like that with him at all. He's like, I saw, a door open for a moment, and I saw that there were 10 more of these crafts down the hallway in different hangars, and it's no more than that. He's like, that's all I saw. He's not embellishing. He's not making up fantastical stories about it. It's just, it's almost like, here's the matter of fact things that I know.
Do you think
it's so interesting, man? It's the most Alex, you can't just post that while we're recording.
Oh no. Baby yoga.
Baby yoga.
Baby yoga. Baby Yoda, yeah.
Fucking killed me.
I found a cool image.
That was quick. That was very quick.
Alex posted Baby Yoda Ahegao in the chat.
Yeah, we'll put that in the link dump.
That'll be the cover.
That'll be
the cover.
Dude. You fucking killed me.
River has a Baby Yoda figurine, and he put a black glove over it or something, and cut the face out. So now it's Muslim.
What the fuck?
We pray to it every day.
Wow, I thought that was gonna take a hot glue storyline.
No. It's just Baby Yoda that is Muslim.
Well, good.
That has a what's that called?
Hajib. Yeah,
Hajib.
That's wrong.
Hajib.
Right. Well, shout outs to Bob Lazar. I hope the aliens are real. Trump, let it loose. Wait. Loose before you leave office.
I want to add on to this. So Roswell happened in 50s?
Yeah,
right?
Early 50s or
Roughly.
late 40s, I think.
So it's kind of fun to think back to before then.
Mm-hmm.
If Roswell was kind of the time that we're saying that aliens invaded the human consciousness and started to educate us more on better technologies. So when did they really implant us on this because the hydrogen bomb, that's a pretty big feat, right? Like,
no, they supposedly made this agreement, like this signing of a, treaty between them and the U.S. government was supposed to be in the 50s when all this started.
Obviously, like they were here before then.
Yeah, man, there's UFO stories going back at least to the Middle Ages.
You just
Really?
cut out.
I can't recall any specific details, but European recordings of like strange lights in the sky and mysterious landings of what they considered heavenly beings, because that was their only way to describe outer worldly things,
I was going to bring this up too. Also in the Bible, there's a pretty prominent story about who was it? I don't remember who it was, but they described it as a wheel inside a wheel in the sky.
Yeah.
Isaac, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going in opposite directions.
Veggie Tales. I'm just kidding. No, but I do remember that story a lot. Like growing up Christian as a little kid,
but you never ate Honey Smacks and and smelled your own pee.
It always.
I said ate Antrax.
You've never
Speaking
eaten
of
Honey
how many
Smacks.
Honey
You've never
Smacks-
truly met God.
Yeah, how many Honey Smacks have you ingested, Jesse? I didn't know that's such a prominent cereal in your life. Well, I was gonna segue away, but did you have something?
I was just gonna say, speaking of Veggie Tales, can we have Matt on here as a guest, as Larry the
As
Cucumber?
Larry the Cucumber? Well, I think what you meant to ask was, can we get Larry the Cucumber on the podcast? And the answer is yes.
Sorry.
Yes, we can.
Do you think he'd actually do that?
Okay.
If we get
Here's
drunk
a segue.
enough.
Yeah.
I
Even
gotta
if it's just
pee
for like a little bit.
so bad.
I think we could talk
Like a
I'm gonna
segment.
stand up right now.
Hey, folks, welcome back. We just had a slight delay there. Sean went and took a piss. Sean, how was your piss?
Piss break. It was so good, man.
I'm
Did you
glad.
just say he's shaman?
Did it smell like Honey Smacks?
Sean went.
The shaman went.
Sean went shaman.
So
So yeah,
Jesse.
we have Jesse here, right?
The difference between a llama and an alpaca is I have no idea. I think llamas
Does
are
one spit
bigger
more?
and
one spits, one swallows.
and they grow up in the desert.
One spits, one swallows.
Hold on. Which one did you work on a farm for?
Alpacas.
Alpacas. And
So
this is in
they're
the state of Ohio.
primarily from South America.
Right, not Ohio, if I
Correct.
recall correctly.
Yes, you're right. So the only purpose to having them, besides them being cute and fucking cool as shit, and like having their own personalities, is for their fur. And you can, like a sheep, make their fur into whatever you want. A blanket. I have a blanket. They're so warm. Socks. I have socks. The socks are
You have
great.
an alpaca blanket.
I have an alpaca blanket and pair of socks.
I posted a link in here. That's Jesse's friend that got shot and killed.
That's not Pinky.
That's
Pinky's
not Pinky?
That's not Pinky.
Oh no, that's the
That's
replacement.
Montgomery County.
For those who
Did
can't
you have
see,
a-
it's a link
did
of
you
a.
have-
Wait,
alpaca.
has there been more than one alpaca shootings?
Probably. I mean, you've never heard of like the internet and like popularity and.
Oh, is it
copycatting?
Galia?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
I think. Wait, Galia.
So, is that the only thing you sell? Like the
Yes, that's it.
coat? Interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
I raised them on this farm. Like,
Where
so
can I get some homegrown?
I would
alpaca
scoop their poop
blanket?
and pee. And feed them. One, I used to have to bottle feed all the time.
How'd you get this job?
I know the people that own it. Somebody else I worked for in town is their financial planner and friend.
So-
And they're my friend now, too. But
Is this farm the heart of the town?
Absolutely
no,
not. It's just like
it's up in the middle of nowhere.
It's a couple of rich dudes like hobby project. I think is the alpaca farm, right? Like they just wanted to do it for fun, and it turned out to be a
well,
business.
she wanted to do it. The wife wanted to do it. And she's always like had a horse. She has a horse that she's had that's older than me.
It's adorable.
I'm 26. He's like 28.
He's fucking terrifying.
He's so big.
Yeah.
He's so big. It's scary.
You seen this horse?
I've met the
Yeah,
I know the
yeah. I used to
horse.
feed him, and Matt and Alex came out one day.
Horny alpacas.
Where
Gotta
is
say.
this? Is this like outside of Athens?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you sending?
There's a link.
This is not happy
There's a link
alpaca
in here
talk.
called Florida Alpaca,
Florida alpaca
dies.
dies.
It's just
No.
repeatedly posting very sad articles about alpaca
Well,
death.
Here,
Florida
hold
alpaca
on.
dies after eating Doritos, cheese nips, and peanuts. No. So the middle article, that's the alpaca. There's an alpaca. Jesse should just explain the story. That's what I was wanting him to go into.
Wow.
The one
Way
you
to
took
go
care of.
dark
The
with such a
alpaca.
happy topic.
Well, what I'm actually wondering, not the Florida one's a joke. So the Montgomery
It's a
County,
joke to you? Alpaca's dying?
the Montgomery and Gallia County, those happened around the same time, I think, because this one's an updated article posted from April.
Florida.
Do you think somebody was going around and killing alpacas?
Oh shit.
For the Gallia one, yes. They put it up on like TikTok or something.
Hey, what the fuck is Gallia?
Really? I don't know where Gallia is.
It was like Gallia Police or whatever that town is. They're from there. So they somehow found out about the place, or I think it was near where she sold the alpaca to. My boss sold her alpacas. She's retiring. She went to Woodstock. Come on, give her a break. So these people who bought the alpaca, I believe their daughter has like some health negative factor, or hindering factor about her. Either it be cancer or like special needs or something. So they bought this alpaca for her, and then they bought the girlfriend of this alpaca. So this alpaca loved this other alpaca. So they two girls, they bought them both, and these kids, like literally in high school, maybe freshmen in college, just drove their truck around, like videotaped them killing this alpaca because it was standing by the road. And the picture that we're looking at is the sheriff department of this county giving that girl a new alpaca for the alpaca that was killed. And which actually looks like the daughter of the alpaca, that the girlfriend that didn't get shot. So the girlfriend of the alpaca that got shot was like really depressed and like down in the dumps. So this alpaca that the sheriff department provided actually helped both the daughter and the alpaca.
Well, that was an unexpectedly wholesome ending to that story.
Yeah.
What is
Well,
it
I
with
knew that, so that's why I
people
wanted to share.
committing crime? It's so easy to be fucking police in 2020, man. Who killed this
Unless
alpaca?
you're in a city.
They posted it on fucking Facebook, dude. It's Jerry and his idiot cousin, Like, come on. You're gonna do something illegal, just like don't film it. Crime isn't that hard. You know what I mean?
I would
Yeah, you could
also like
easily
to
kill
point
that
out.
alpaca without anyone knowing.
All you gotta do after you burgle the house is knock on Facebook and be like, look at the fat stacks I fucking got, dude. Shut the hell up. No one's ever gonna find you. It's fine.
I'd also like to point out that the alpaca's name is Chewbacca, and it definitely looks like Chewbacca.
Oh, definitely.
So you talk a lot about this alpaca's
It's a little Wookiee.
emotions. I'm just wondering how much you can read into that in your experience.
Me?
Yeah, like
I didn't work
how do
on
you how do you
alpaca.
tell an alpaca's depressed?
Wait, sorry. Say that again.
How do you tell an alpaca is depressed?
Is depressed? You're cutting out a little bit. I don't know why it's you. Only you.
Yeah, is depressed.
So actually, they have their own personalities.
They spit at you less. Is that
No,
alpacas?
they only spit at you. Only the males really spit at me, or they spit at each other. Like the females, when you fed them, and one tried to eat from another's specific bowl. Like they each had their own bowl and spot they would eat at. And
Wow.
if one came over to that other spot, it would get spit at. Or the one male that I would body feed. Oh my god, what does this say? An Eddie
Cut that
Murphy. So when I would bottle feed it, and I would try to wipe its mouth because it would get like what it was is like alpaca feed and carrots and milk or some weird shit like that. It would get it on its chin, so I'd have to wipe it off every day after I fed it. It would spit at me, but it wouldn't spit at Marilyn because it knew, like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. It knew it was all coming from her for whatever reason. But it would always spit at me. Every time I tried to wipe its mouth, it would spit at me. And it was like 8 years old. And it was bottle fed. It was just like the baby that she first raised on the farm.
That's cute.
Yeah.
What was the question? If you could tell the emotion.
Okay, so they do have their own personalities. You expect them to react a certain way every time. When the baby of the mom, the main mom of the pack, when her closest born alpaca got like taken off the lot to get a haircut and trimmed up and whatnot, she got like real weird and like was like stomping around and looking for her. And like they just like they're very pack minded. They are looking after each other even though they might spit on each other and kick each other. So like you can definitely tell they have their own personalities. They react to you in different ways. Like some like to be petted behind the ears. Some the others do not.
The only livestock I've ever been around is cows,
Which are
not
adorable.
a lot. I didn't work at a farm. Sure, they're cute, but they walk up to you and there's nothing
Just
going
scratch
on.
them on their back.
There's nothing
maybe.
behind the eyes. They are empty creatures.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
sacks of meat. Like we'd go to this ranch and we'd drive up to a certain place and 10 or 20 cows would all kind of just circle you and then they'd just stand there and look at you.
Yeah.
Not mooing, not nothing. There's no expression behind the eyes. It's just empty. Nothing what you do would get any sort of reaction from them whatsoever.
What if those cows are just depressed? You're talking about
Maybe,
that.
man. Maybe, man.
See, the thing with cows, like I grew up on a cow farm, we didn't give them names, right?
Sure.
But the alpacas had names and they knew their names and like they knew where they were supposed to eat. But cows, like, so cute, so cool, but like you can't call their name and they come up to you or something like that.
Maybe cows
Or
just
they're
don't
not
give a
gonna
shit.
go to.
You know, they know.
Yeah,
they know
I
what
think-
you're in here for. So they're not gonna fucking
Their
bother.
bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
just
don't
some
think
piece of
ranchers
meat.
are super like sentimental about the cows either. Because all right, like I had a friend, his grandparents owned a ranch in Central Texas, right? And we went out there to do some fun stuff, shoot guns, drive 4-wheelers, you know, Texas stuff. Great, good time. Anyways, I lived in the fucking suburbs, so I'm not country boy in any way. That night, the first night we were there, they cooked up some brisket and they served it to me as the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. It was amazing. And they were like, yeah, we just killed this one this morning and had it slaughtered today. I was like, holy shit. Like, we fed the cows that
like,
morning.
Come look in the eyes of...
Yeah, one of the ones that I had fed, they were like, yeah, we killed it and had it slaughtered and here's the brisket. And you know what? It's the best thing I've ever tasted in my fucking life.
They made you look in the eyes of the children, the cattle. They were
This is
like,
the day I turned into a man, dude.
the calves, I guess. So one thing that's way sadder than animals dying, Halo Infinite got delayed till fall 2021.
Wait, till when?
Fall of next
June.
year, a whole year away, basically.
Yo,
Wait, that was June.
considering what happened to Cyberpunk.
You know what?
Oh no, that's left
Learn
of
how to be
3.
patient, everyone. What
Well,
happens when you rush
It's a
game
pandemic.
is
Don't forget-
Cyberpunk
Yeah, but
2077. Looks great. Everyone loves it. They wanted it to be so good, and it's a bug-riddled mess because it got pushed out too early.
Yeah.
Just be patient.
Way
That's
It's
too
early.
fine.
One thing I will say, though, is that I find it hilarious that I'm seeing ads on Hulu, and I'm going, like, when I go to Walmart, I see, like, Butterfinger displays and shit that's like, unlock your Halo 4, or Halo Infinite Spartan armor by buying a Butterfinger. It's like, so there's all these codes.
Shit.
They're
It's a
completely
year
useless.
away.
You can't use them
Dude,
at all.
But they
Someone-
probably had that in plan like a year and a half ago.
Someone in their fucking PR
Yeah,
department
yeah.
is upset about that. Wait. So
Oh,
when
yeah.
was the game supposed to come out?
Like,
Now, right? Like
No-
on
November.
Xbox One.
it was
or
supposed to
X
be
release.
Yeah, it was a launch.
Haven't the
title.
last, like, 3 Halo games been terrible?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
five and
I haven't played since
4.
OST.
5 and
Or
4.
three.
Or
Yes.
what are you so excited about, then?
They're rebooting
looked
it.
better.
It looks okay.
Bungie.
It looked okay.
Wait.
Isn't it the original Bungie team?
There's some. I think there's some original people that came back.
No,
left
not
Bungie
really.
And came back.
Well,
no.
It's.
I'm thinking of Mass Effect and BioWare.
So the game was going to come out like now, and it got delayed for a year.
Yes.
That's a fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Big
Oh,
move.
that's a
I'm
huge
saying
delay,
that-
actually.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is different than like delaying it a few months or whatever. This is like a whole year.
Dude, that's
That's what indie
bad
game
news.
fans have to deal with all the time. That's fine. You know how
That's
long I had
true.
to wait for Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2? Like 7 years.
Or fucking
That just
the
came
new
out,
Hollow
right?
Knight.
Yeah, it came out and I love it. It's great. And I'm glad I was patient.
You can go like first person and fight with like it's supposed to be like a strategy game, right?
Yeah,
Mountain
yeah.
Blade.
It's
But
like
you can go first person and like control
Yeah. You're commander.
the group.
it's somewhat
Yeah.
like Civ because there's an overworld style.
Right, but then you get
know.
first person.
But when you actually fight a
the
battle, you go down onto the ground and fight it as one person. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it rocks. Mountain Blade's great. Everyone should play it.
This podcast brought to you by Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. Enter your code now to get unlock Sean's
is-
model as the commander.
Is Civ 6
Oh God.
multiplayer?
Yeah, dude. Me and Sean have been meandering
I
our way
have it.
through a Civ
I've never
6
played.
match for the past like 8 weeks.
What the fuck?
I've never played.
By
Thanks
which you
for
mean
the
you
invite.
played 3 sessions? 2 sessions?
We've had. I think we only had 2. I think it's been 2
I'll
sessions.
re-download it right now.
Is that the one they gave away on Epic?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Can we cross?
Starting December 17th, if you hear this before then. Starting December 17th, every day Epic is giving away a free game.
Oh.
Mystery games. They haven't
This
announced.
should come out on the 19th.
What games has Epic made again?
Epic's made Fortnite.
Wait, did they make
With
yours
that
more?
Fortnite money, they made a
if they're
Steam
only releasing
competitor.
shit that they own, it's not that much. But stuff that's released on their store,
Oh, no,
is
no,
like
no.
a lot.
Yeah, they've been released. I got Civ 6 for free from Epic.
Really?
Oh yeah, they've given
Yeah.
away so much shit for free. What's that one that we played? We bought it and then they gave it away for free.
You guys
Remnant.
want to start a
Remnant.
clan Civ 6 game that takes 3 years to finish because we can only schedule a session that everyone's available for every month?
That's a great idea.
So, do you want me to give you a name of everything? Oh, okay. I know this is a fan favorite. Elite Dangerous. They just gave away for
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
Terrific game.
Speaking of,
sure.
the new update or DLC or whatever looks incredible. You can finally exit your ship.
you can?
Do you play that game?
It looks
Odyssey?
like Star Citizen.
You can actually,
Yeah, yeah,
they're
Odyssey,
adding
yeah.
they're adding first person shooter mechanics.
Yeah,
They've been
I'm
talking about
excited
that for a while.
Dangerous.
Wow.
I'd like to
You
hop
like
back
hop
into
out
it.
the ship and like I don't know exactly what it's going to look like in terms
It-
of what your objective is, but it from the trailer that they put out, it looks like you get out of your ship and you can fight in first person
Wow.
for bases and stuff on planets, which looks
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
no, it looks incredible.
that for that game is such an incredibly big update.
Yeah.
That first person mechanic was non-existent before this DLC.
Mm-hmm.
They added
They
that
added a.
in its entirety.
Yeah. That,
For this.
That is no joke.
And I hope so much that it is good, man, because I love that game. I love what they've done with it. It's very unique. It's not for everyone because it's
It's a sim.
hard to say. It's hard to say simulator because it's not like reality. But yeah, it's grindy and there's a lot to learn to even start playing it and that sort of thing. But once you get into it, you can really find your niche. It's very beautiful. It is mechanically good, and I pray that they nail this first-person shooter stuff, because if that adds it to it, it's like a whole new game
Oh yeah.
that they're going to
yes.
release as DLC.
It's
And
more
you
like No
know
Man's
I'm gonna be playing
Sky,
that shit
but
day one, man, for sure.
Oh, it's so much better than No Man's Sky though.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
it's
it'd
different.
be way more in depth.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
As
No
far as
Man's.
space
I mean, No
stuff
Man's
goes.
Sky and by no means is bad because I've played it since it got way better.
Have you played it recently?
Semi recently.
They added like multi sun solar systems.
Oh,
So
that's
binary systems, a lot more ship mechanics, and it's a lot bigger. But I still haven't played Elite Dangerous. I still have it. I have it on Steam.
Yeah,
I know I
yeah.
have it on
I
Epic for
struggle to
free.
recommend it to people
Yeah.
because I love the game a lot.
But
I
I-
put 500
watched somebody
hours something
play
like
it.
It might be my second most played game of all time. But the thing is, you have to enjoy the base mechanics of it, which are less
Space travel.
Yeah, which are less like it's less gamey than what people are used to.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know, it's not like everywhere you go you get experience points and you level it up. I mean, that's part of it, but for instance, what I really like to do is the exploration style play where you hop in your ship and you outfit it so that it jumps the farthest between stars that you possibly can and then just like truck it across the galaxy.
Wait,
Yeah.
this isn't the one where you like pre-buy a ship, right?
That's Star
That's
Citizen.
Star Citizen.
Okay.
Which that's the one where you can buy like a $20,000 ship. They had where you could try them all out.
Real money?
Like this past weekend.
$20,000?
Yes,
Yeah.
Basically,
What?
it's like
You buy
that's like
a
a
ship to buy a
Kickstarter
game.
kind of.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, no.
The
No,
cheapest
no.
ship. The cheapest ship's like $45 though. I bought a $60 one. Or 50
Big
maybe.
spender. Hey,
I bought
Papa Willie, what are you doing
I-
later?
well, because it looks cool.
Dude.
I
I
bought the Avenger. It might be cheaper now.
just watched the Odyssey trailer. That does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fucking. They don't have a release date for that or anything, right? For the Elite Dangerous.
2021, that's all they've said.
That's
They've
fair.
been talking about it for over a year.
They have been like
Yeah,
hitting
they,
when I
at it.
first
they
got
originally
the game,
announced
they
it a
started
while
talking
ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like I said about all the other games, take your time.
Yes.
You know, don't rush
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Release it when you want. I'll be there. I'll buy it. I'll play it day one. I just want it to be good day one. Let the FPS mechanics be good and worthwhile, and it could be awesome, man.
I don't know what the gameplay loop could possibly end up being with this. Like, unless they go full.
I don't really know either.
If they go full, like, Destiny, like, raids and
So-
shit, but.
I'd be down
they have
for
this
that,
kind
though.
of. I think this is more in the lore of the game than the actual mechanics, programming wise, of the game. But there's 3 factions in it, right? The Empire, the Federation, and the Alliance, and they have a power struggle going on between them. That's about capturing territory, which in territory in this scale is like an entire star system, not just like part of a planet or whatever. They could work something in that's like Planet Side 2
Okay.
style.
Yeah.
Oh,
Faction
yeah.
wars.
It's total speculation. I have no idea if this is what they're planning. But
Oh,
if
dude.
they did this where it's like you could go down, you declare yourself for the Alliance
Yeah.
and land on a star system with a few planets that have tiny little bases controlled by someone else and take them over, and then now that is an Alliance system. That would be
Dude, that would be so.
huge.
I don't know. Okay.
That would be huge.
So-
That would be awesome. I would dedicate all my time to doing that.
So
man.
there's this MMO called Albion Online, and the whole shtick with it is that literally everything in the economy is player owned. Like, there's nothing in the game that drops.
Yeah. Isn't that the game that like a planet sold for like $100,000 or some? fucked
You
up
might be
shit
thinking of
that?
like Eve Online. This Albion Online
Is
is
that
a,
what?
Oh,
was
that
Eve?
one's yeah,
Albion
that one's
Online's
like
a
that, too.
newer MMO. It's Middle Ages, but regardless, the whole thing with that is like player-owned economy. And if Elite Dangerous leaned into that, where like, say like the systems were owned by certain factions or whatever, but also you don't want it to be full combat, right? Like I don't really want to just shoot people all day in Elite Dangerous.
Whenever you.
But it would be fucking
Yeah.
dope if they leaned into this economy thing and like you need certain resources to have like certain, I don't know, guns or whatever, or if they really get far into this, vehicles on the ground or something. But certain
I
certain
think that's
advantages of
what Star
combat.
Citizen-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what Odyssey is talking about.
Well, that would be fucking dope.
I mean, they already have an economy system built in. So, like, part of
Yeah,
what will
yeah.
happen is
Well,
that
vehicles.
you'll find a kind of remote station that has a need for a certain commodity, and it will be incredibly expensive there because there's a lot of demand. And you can see that as a player, like what things cost in places, and players will then start moving that commodity into the system, and as they do it, it reduces in value.
Yeah, and
Because
if
the supply increases.
and if they
that already exists, like that's something that they have already that they could build on.
and if they
For
integrate
what
that
you're talking
with
about.
combat, then it opens up a whole fucking world of possibilities for like I'm a dude that trades with this faction and like I try really hard to be within their star system, which like moves around. and like people try to take me out from the enemy faction because they don't want the supplies to get to their base and shit like that.
You're getting me too hyped
That
about
would be
mechanics
so
they haven't
cool.
announced.
That would be so cool.
What every RPG talks about.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah.
Never
Well, I
delivers
feel
on.
like because they've been
Well, it's hard to.
they've been working on this shit since 2014, I think. So, of the games that currently exist in this realm, I feel like they could actually pull something off here. That could be cool.
Yeah.
But their last update wasn't that great, so we'll fucking see.
What, the Horizons?
Yeah,
Horizon seemed a lot less ambitious than
sure.
this.
Yeah.
I hope they nail it, man. Like, I love the game. I want them to do well. I'm always skeptical about anything that's overhyped.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I think this is a perfect segue to Cyberpunk 2077.
Round out the
Okay.
podcast.
Can I roast
Okay.
Alex for a second? Maybe it's not a
Yeah.
roast. Okay.
Always
I don't
welcome.
think
You might be
Jesse or
roasting
Willie,
me, too.
You
I
guys
don't
were
know.
there, but like release night, Alex was streaming on Discord for a few of us, right? And I think we might have caused a small panic attack in him.
Oh my god.
Tell me if that's true,
Oh, it's absolutely
because
true.
he had 6 or 7 people watching him, and we were all like screaming commands at him as he was playing.
I
like,
tried
"Kill
to
that
shut
guy.
up.
Fuck that person. Go through that door. Do this. And Jesse, you were there. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
I
of all,
would
let
think
me
so.
apologize. I don't want to
Thank
ruin your
you.
gameplay experience for a game you played. I was probably
That's
the one
why I
screaming
try to be
the
quiet,
most
because I didn't want
commands
to
at
like
you.
ruin any of it.
Jesse was my spiritual
did-
leader
you-
during that
You
time.
did have to like
Yeah.
just say, I can't do it. I'm leaving. I'm done.
Yeah, I'd take a break. Well, see, what happened was that game.
Describe your emotions.
Yeah,
It's very hard to play.
that game has a lot of mechanics. So, first of all, I'm kind of a simp for Cyberpunk. I wasn't that into it coming out, but it's gotten a lot of hate. And for me, I realize how bad it is to be on that side of things where it's like, this game doesn't fucking work. This is bullshit. But I'm one of the people where it works great. So I'm having a good time. But yeah, there's
I don't think you should get too worked up about bugs because they'll go away.
they'll go away.
Yeah,
eventually.
they just released a
Yeah.
3 gigabyte, at least a 3 gigabyte update.
Yeah, I think
2 days
I
ago.
think the biggest thing is how much can they improve the performance, because I've seen like Flight Simulator, they have had some massive upgrades to performance, which have been fucking great.
The Witcher 3, I didn't play it when it first came out, but apparently like that released with a lot of bugs as well, and they updated it, and I played The Witcher when it was like great.
Yeah, it's certainly a savable game, but I'm getting off
Yeah.
track. The original question, my emotions during that time. It's a big game. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of
There's so
options
much going
and
on.
combat like mechanics. There's a lot of buttons on the controller and a lot of numbers in the inventory. So like,
Did you actually go through all the perks? And
no,
read
dude.
what
There's
you
so
can
many.
do?
There's so many perks.
I will say,
It's
I've been known to roast you about taking too long in game menus in other games.
It's true.
But watching you kind of try to navigate through the UI of that game, even I was
Oh.
not talking shit because, oh my god, like. I didn't play it, so maybe I'm not using the right term. But when he was like, I want to attach something to my gun, he's like 3 levels deep in the menu. Okay, go to your inventory, and then go to your backpack, and then go to
Yeah,
the gun, and
it's-
then go to the attachment. Oh wait, no, this is too deep. You actually want to go back up to the backpack, and then
Yeah,
click on it in the first level inventory thing, and then that'll bring up a separate screen where you can deal with attachments and stuff.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. Like games are getting too complicated for their own good. It feels like sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, is that immersive?
no. It's bad. It's bad UI design. The Witcher had the same problem.
probably.
I mean, like now that like before Sean, you saying this, like I was like, oh, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate it. Why do I have to go through 3 menus? Why can't I just hit tab to go to my inventory? I have to hit I to go to the main screen to go to my inventory. But like, are they trying to be that immersive to where you have to like, oh, I'm going to my backpack and now I have to
I don't think
decide
so.
what I want to
Okay.
do?
No.
Well, the
There-
real question is: let me ask you if that added anything to your experience as a player. I haven't played the game yet. I don't own it.
Same.
Listen,
Well, they don't
Some-
allow
some-
you. They don't allow you to rebind your keys.
Oh, that's weird.
here's
Yeah.
That's very strange.
I have like kind of a low tolerance for complication in games at this point. I booted up Democracy 3. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this series.
That sounds like a Sean game.
So.
A few years ago. It's supposed to be like a strategy game, and you're like a politician, and you have to balance all these factors in your country and make yourself popular enough to be reelected again. Anyway, yada yada. 15 minutes into it, I've just been reading tutorial things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually, before I even finished the tutorial, I was like, I don't want to do this right now. And I closed the game because it was too much to even mentally handle.
You're not opening that ever again.
Maybe no, I won't. I probably won't. Maybe that's just me as a type of player, but like I don't want to have to think about this stuff too much. And to tie it back to Cyberpunk, that sort of difficulty in navigating the UI turns me off as a player. If I have to put that much thought into every single thing that I do, it's mentally exhausting, and I'm gonna go do something else.
It's
pretty much every
This
time.
game could be streamlined a lot. Another problem is whenever you go through and kill, fucking 6 bad guys, they all dropped shit, and you're like, okay, I gotta go to every body and see what they had.
I just
disassemble all their shit.
I just spam.
Yeah, well, you
And
just hit
later.
take all, dude. Deal with it later.
That's what I'm gonna start
Yeah.
doing. Yeah,
Come on.
that's the way.
I mean, that's every RPG. But, shit, I was going to say something really cool here.
I bet. insert that here.
Insert really cool thing that Jesse was going to say. Cool.
Jesse, how far are you without
Epic.
spoilers?
I've been mostly doing side missions.
Same.
And I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Same here.
Because you see like so much of the city, and then you like realize like how they're incorporating nature in the cyber way into parts of the city that feels way more dense than New York.
Yeah, I haven't. By far, the best part of this game is walking around the city, just kind of hanging.
Oh,
out.
definitely.
I was going to say
Definitely.
that to its credit, everything that I've complained about has been offset by just kind of the vibe of walking around, watching you do that.
It's
has
now
been
to our-
way more dense and way more kind of every little street you walk down is a lot more unique than in other games.
Yeah.
And it does feel like lived in, for sure.
Oh, definitely. So the main mission that I'm on now is where you take the guy that you're supposed to meet at Tom's Diner, the Japanese guy that used to work for, I forget his name.
The Asaka heir.
Osaka, yeah. So you meet him at the diner, and then you take him to your, what's it called? The person that gives you jobs. Fixer, yeah. You take him to the fixer that the girl, in Japantown, I think. Have you done that yet?
I have that mission ready to go. I've not started it yet.
Okay. Anyways, after you finish the mission, you walk back and cross paths with that guy that you took to that spot, and he's having his own little side conversation with a guy on the street. A random bum on the street, and I love that part. Like, it's so cool in that aspect. And then also, like, the first Ripper Doc that you meet,
Victor's really cool. He's a cool character.
Yeah. So right outside, there's a preacher guy, a bum, that's just, like, preaching all these, like, conspiracy theories, basically. And you sit there for a minute, and these random citizens will just come up, literally, like, 2 minutes later. You're just listening to his whole speech, and then these 2 random NPCs come up, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's that guy from the internet or from the news," and they just start taking pictures and start posing in front of him, like taking selfies, kind of like you would now.
You found Alex Jones.
Like, and there's no dialogue that you're giving this guy. He's just preaching. Like, you don't have to stand there. There's no incentive to stand there. You're like, oh, this guy's just fucking crazy guy, right? You could just walk on. No, you just stand there for 2 minutes, and these people come up, and then you come back later, and you can like develop your story with that guy more.
Yeah,
and then you walk down the street, and you see this drunk guy, this guy in a suit, just trashed off his ass, like you would probably see right after COVID ends. This corporate guy talking shit about his boss, and this girl like taking a video of him, and this guy encouraging him, enabling him to talk more shit about their boss, and they're like deceiving him to like they got him drunk on purpose to talk shit so they can get him fired. And there's just a random encounter. Like, there's no point for this to happen in your playthrough. This does nothing. It's just more.
Subversive.
Yeah. And then, like, right before I quit playing, I walked across this police line tape, and I found, like, a guy who jumped out of his office building in a suit, and this cop, like, investigating his body, taking pictures, and he like fell in this fountain from like 100th story up. Like, it's just really cool in that way.
Yeah, one thing that I think this game missed, and The Witcher had the same problem, is that there's not any like life RPG elements. I want to be able to like, you could do this in like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, right? You could like go to the gym and get buff if you wanted, or you could go go eat food and get fat. Like, if they have all, you could go on dates, which I think you can do in this game.
Yeah.
Eat too much.
Coffee mod for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you could go to like clubs and shit. You could get better with a gun. You could go train a new martial art. That stuff is missing from this game, and I think it's a shame because the world is so incredibly well built that like I see a store or like a little ramen shop. I'm like, oh, I want to go in there. And it's like, you can't.
Well, can you imagine the mods that are going to happen for this game?
They could be dope. They could be dope. I just fucking...
Yeah.
I think people will mod the shit out of this.
Yeah, and also...
I think it'll be
It's one of
Skyrim
those
times
games.
10.
And maybe like DLC. Who fucking knows what's coming, but... There's a lot of potential.
Probably.
A lot of potential. It could definitely use
It's the only game they've worked on since Gwent and Witcher 3.
I think so, yeah.
I think
Well,
there's going to be a
did they
lot of
release that Gwent
DLC.
standalone.
I think they did make one standalone, didn't they?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
did.
God.
Yeah. You can download it on Steam or cdprojectred.com.
This podcast is brought to you by Gwent.
This podcast is sponsored by Gwent.
All right, so we are at an hour and 5 minutes after simping about
Yeah.
Star
Whoa,
Citizen
mama.
or fucking Elite Dangerous and Cyberpunk. Do you guys want to...
Alpacas.
Yeah, I think
Sign
we
this
should
off.
Wrap it. Well, after editing, it'll probably be closer to just an hour.
That sounds good to me.
Don't
Yeah.
cut out the
Okay.
alpacas.
We're leaving the
won't.
alpacas.
They deserve-
The alpacas are a huge
They
portion of this
deserve-
podcast.
We have a link tree, and it shows you all the places you can listen to us, follow us, whatever. But the top one is to where you can send us voice memos or messages, and we can feature them in the podcast. So if you guys have like topics or suggestions or just want to say weird shit to us,
I got a topic
Go ahead.
/ weird thing I can say to you.
do it.
Shoot.
Nice. Well, Jesse, you can message that to
You can
us.
see that
on-
on the link tree.
if you,
Why don't you send
If
that
you go
through
to
the
Linktree,
man?
it's through Anchor's website, but you can even do it from your phone. So
Send,
it gives
send
you
me the
instructions on
link,
how to do
bro.
it. So yeah, that's all. I
I'll
wanted
be
to say.
there.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.